third game. Personally, I'm hoping for a game 3, but I'd also just like to clarify something the panel was talking about. The best people do their things without shoes on. I, myself, have no shoes whenever I cast.
I kept my shoes on.
It's the winner's
That's
way.
what you do.
You're my rock. You're my analytical rock. But I need the fancy footwork that cannot be done inside of shoes.
Whatever you say, Toby.
Let's get to the game. We've got a fantastic draft from both sides. This one, Kyle, feels a lot better matched up. EHOME have a lot better combination of different heroes to work.
Yes,
and
definitely.
And types of damage, mainly.
Yeah, it's a more balanced draft. They did what I expected them to do in the first game. You know, EG go Tusk Terrorblade. This game they go the Tiny Terrorblade. You just take the OD. Second game in a row, EG prioritizing Radiant, EHOME preferring first pick. The exact same bans in the exact same order from both sides. The only switch up was EHOME going Tusk over Tiny. I think that that's just a better hero in general. Crit did way more work on Tusk in the last game than I felt Tiangming was able to do on his Tiny. It's just the nature of the hero. You can play defensively. You're stronger in the laning phase, finding kills. More like you aren't as affected by BKBs either because of the interrupt of your ultimate and the shards.
This is okay, Innocence. Is he trying to make it really obvious that he planted the ward down? Because he walks underneath the Radiant Tower. Doesn't take any damage, but just very much envision. And the ping's exactly on point.
It's mind games though, because he could also be baiting that he placed this ward.
That's true. He actually, technically when he came onto the tower, he had already placed the ward. As that like, guys, he's pinging this, but why is he walking there? Next level play. So the lanes, they're going to bounce around. I was actually kind of wondering where FaZe.Beyond would end up, if it would end up having this Doom versus Underlord matchup, but instead they're sending the Underlord towards the top lane. It's going to have Juggernaut from Ego onto the off lane to work with the dual support off. We're going to see the Shadow Shaman as well, a hero who has been popping up throughout the playoffs.
I like the decision from EHOME though, because you don't want to ever put Underlord against a Doom 1v1. He out-regens you because of the Devour mechanic, and the Infernal Blade is max HP based damage, much like the Death Prophet Drain. Both of these heroes very good against Underlord. He's always tanky, but he suffers when he's able to be taken down by abilities that are percent-based. Speaking
of suffering, I kind of want to keep my eyes on S4. Mainly because he used the TP to go out to the Tier 1 tower this time, directly in front of EHOME, and they just like, it's a will to dive. S4 at least can juke it up a little bit, but they just keep Ether shocking him down. Now you go into your tag team, and with the spin damage, they're a little bit clustered inside the trees. EHOME walking over their own feet, but this is the exact thing we were worried would happen again. S4 locked in, brought down, and without a TP to walk back to the lane, it's 28 seconds on cooldown. They'll end up having the long walk of shame, but at the same time, mid-matchup. You were mentioning it during the draft. It's really good for Death Prophet against the OD. Yeah, the matchup itself isn't ideal, but throughout the game, OD hates playing against Silence, and Sumail's going to be able to hit him with a 6-second Silence for like super long range. In addition, you naturally itemize for Yules, you buy a BKB, and you're high end, so OD never really has that massive hammer damage. Bottom, that was huge because not only does EHOME get the kill, but also they gained lane control. So S4 has to walk back, and he's going to be buttered up very easily if they choose to go on him again because of all the distance you now have to find kills on this Doom. He does hit level 2. But he had to devour a creep on the side, so I don't think he even can stay at this camp long enough.
He can't.
It's a Centaur as well as the Smasher. Because he stuck around, they can potentially body block it in the tree lines. So nice control. They have to keep it up, however, but there's no level 2 on Shaman. He is a small amount of XP away from getting it. And with the Shackles, they could have tried to take the fight. In fact, now level 2 is up, but no way for Tusk to close the distance.
I think you want to wait if you're EHOME. Just get the Tusk level 2 and then look to get aggressive. Now, because that's a sure kill. Requires too many, you got to block him. Jug has to chase away from his creeps. Just take the guarantee. In the top lane, we haven't discussed it, but FaZe.Beyond also equally struggling. He's already burned through all 6 of his tangos, and he's still not level 2.
This is the difference, right, between between the Doom as well as the Underlord, where Doombringer, because of Devour, he has this mechanic to catch up. We saw S4 have this exact problem yesterday, except yesterday's problem was a lot more. I think it was 7 kills in 7 minutes, 7 deaths in 7 minutes against his name. This time around, it's a lot better. Faith Beyond up on top lane has Innocence to help him out, and they actually look towards Fly. Innocence actually begins his attack onto Fly, a little bit difficult when he gets hit by the Fire Spirits, while on bottom lane, it's actually Crit who gets to combo together with S4 to find the kill. They have the extra damage thanks to the clap creep.
Yep. 150 damage and a 25% move flow for 3 seconds. The best creep for a Doom to grab, being aggressive. You could argue.
Now to move top, Snowball going in after Terrorblade, and TZ had a free game before he begins his TP, but the shackles are available. Terrorblade will fall, and Fly has no other choice but to back up behind the tier 1.
Well played by EHOME. This is the power of that Rasta. You know, they last pick it for a reason. The same combination Vici Gaming likes to utilize. Shadow Shaman Tuck is so much threat.
One more attack up the hill. He doesn't get missed. The fairy fire from Smell keeps him alive. Intel Steel was good, and he was able to salve himself up and repair all the damage that Smell did to him while Smell was imprisoned.
You can see
they want to go for more.
They're thinking about it. Fly does have Dime, though.
This is what needs to happen. They're trying to contest RTC's catch-up, which is just to walk into these small camps and continuously farm.
This is a cool decision from EHOME. I like it as well. You pressure Artur. He played a pretty easy game in game 1, just effectively just free farming the entire time. Now, yes, you've hurt Ego a bit. He's bottom against 2, but he got so much free farm at the start that it's more difficult for Ursa Tiny to shove him completely out of the lane, whereas up top, Artur's been relegated to the jungle.
In towards the mid. They just need to get the control. Sumail slowed up. ASD, he's already at 7 intel stolen. He's a little bit more damage. Crit creates the space with the avalanche. So EG can walk back behind their own tower while Fly and Icarus dive away to safety up on top. Shaman had Hex and Shackle, but didn't have the vision to get the disable before the TP completed.
I was just going to sit mid, pops the salve. Shrines are active, Doom going to TP top. And they recognize Artur just can't lane, but he's in trouble.
Artur is actually dead. They start with the Hex, they can go on to Spin and Shackle, and Arteezy cannot walk away. No TP supports to come in from supports because, well, they just don't exist.
And this is a repeat of game 1. EHOME just moving around the map more efficiently. Like, that's a free death Artur just gave away. There's no supports showing. You've got to assume that you're unsafe here. That's a Juggernaut. Just one stun. That's going to be a kill every time. And now he's going to go back to the woods, TPs to the shrine. I think he has to stick in the jungle now.
They're going forward with Crit, trying to find initiation while Death Prophet has a Spirit Siphon up. Snowball protects 2, and they're going towards Sumail. That's the target they want to kill off. ASD up on the hillside, does the damage, gets the distance away from Crit. Now can continue to fight if they want to. And they will not do so. Back up from the mid. Meanwhile, on bottom lane, Ego, as well as the Shaman, pushing down the buildings. There's just such a huge wave to push because it comes with the catapult. And Ego just has to spin once and the creep wave is gone.
Yep. I love the Rasta as well. Just makes the game easier to play for EHOME. You have this natural way to take objectives without having to gain some sort of huge advantage in the waves. Like, Terrorblade with meta, sure, you can deal with the wards, but otherwise, EG, you're probably just going to have to ditch any objective that EHOME really want to take down.
Terrorblade with meta just wants to try and farm the jungle, but EHOME, once again, the invasion on the back of an Invis room for Innocence. They're able to scout this out, the courier flying a ward out to Fly. Shadow Shaman gets the Hex off. Shackles as well. Icarus dies available, so Fly will use it. The Ether Shock does a hell of a lot of damage, but they want to move over the targets. Innocence puts down the Observer Ward up on top. Faith Beyond continuing his run. TP support's coming in from OD. He wants a defensive imprisonment to save Faith Beyond some time. And in fact, he goes aggressive. Faith Beyond just continues to walk away while Crit comes back to the world of reality, and reality is death.
Again, well played by EHOME. Like, they're moving around the map very efficiently. They're the ones pressuring. Look at the warding they have as well. Already developed control throughout the entire EG jungle. Don't believe there was no vision from EG, so they have no idea where any of these wards may have been placed. And they have utter dominance in the bottom half of EG's woods.
You see the intimidation factor on bottom lane too. Juggernaut's not even level 6, but because Shaman was just hovering nearby, Fly drops the ward, but okay, Shaman, did he actually see that around the trees? Fly may not have been visible, but he'll need TP support if he wants to kill off this Shaman. And this is support is walking in from the Death Prophet, but underneath 2 Observer wards.
That's the downside of that initial exchange by Tianming. Sure, you did a bit of harassment to Phoenix, but you're so far away from your base and you have no method of regenning your mana, so he's been walking around with one spell for quite some time. Might be able to find the Phoenix. Nope.
Bielika has dived away and they can't find the kill in mid. Sumail's Observer Ward actually saw Tuskar move in there, but he also committed a scan just to double check that Tuskar was hanging around. But now the rotation comes top, and now it's EG's vision that works for them. They back up from the tower.
S4 has a Vlad's already. It's 8 minutes in. He did not exactly have a free game either. Not level 6 yet. But they should be able to secure this tower. Although this is the strength of Underlord. Faith Beyond just planting himself, spamming the wave. Like, all the melee creeps just die.
He's coming from behind, the beginning extra TP to the top lane. They want to try and fight underneath this Underlord. Tiny is going to be there. They already get the toss back. Underlord begins to TP away to safety. Tuskar will keep him alive inside the snowball. Watch the mechanics work. Underlord, no! The send back, it didn't come in time. Innocence tried to buy as much space as possible, but it still wasn't enough.
Well, it's big for EG. They get this tower as well. Fly farming bottom uncontested. Yeah, the Rasta and the Jug could kill him in tandem, but Fly's playing bottom side of the trees. As you can see, he'll get vision of the Rasta, and unless they get the Hex off.
Hex? They got the Hex off. OD's moving. Wait, he didn't follow up with the shackles. He was trying to buy the extra time for OD to walk down ASC, so it's just a little bit too late to the fight.
That's just well played by Fly. You know, keep shoving into my tower. I don't care. I'm a Phoenix. I want level 6.
And Crit wants to try and fight it. But he wants to toss Ego over to S4. S4's got Doom available. So if Juggernaut wants to present himself, he'll go for it.
You can get it off. You can actually get it off mid-air, so he won't be able to get the spin off if they do execute that toss back properly, and S4 is able to pre-click that Doom. Crit will find the Underlord. Probably just gonna get out of dodge.
Technically, who's finding who? Sumail turns around, 3 heroes together. Shards fly forward, but it pushes Crit away and locks Faith Beyond on the bottom side of the ramp. And it was not the shards they were looking for.
They also secure 3 bounty runes on the side of EHOME there, so still, you know, look at the map control. EHOME certainly happy with how they've played thus far, and unlike the previous game, they're not on as much of a clock. I love watching Chinese teams specifically utilize Underlord. It's a hero a lot of squads in the West just refuse to pick, and it offers you that map control that EHOME was so easily able to abuse in the previous game until their draft just ran out of gas.
Also makes it more punishing for EG as the later game does kick in. Shadow Shaman, we've already seen how well he can do once Mass 7 Wards and Refresher Shard arrives. It's just this great disabler. Then again, like the key items for him has normally been Blink and BKB in the last couple of days. But S4's having the time of his life. He's actually the #1 net worth on EG. I don't know if that's a good thing, however, because it means Arteezy's falling behind.
Dude, a Death Prophet as well. This is a hero, like any... he dances with his HP bar, and if you're able to just turn a fight around, get some drains off, survive, you're reliant on that turnaround. But when you're playing against heroes like OD, like Jug, the CC that the support duo offers.
S4, did he stay too long? Here comes the Hellfire, Snowball will come forward, but they've already used the shards, so the block is gone. EG may want to try and turn this one. Crits arrive, Fly begins his TP in.
Got egg.
And he completes it too. But while this happens, Arteezy gets space.
Yep, exactly.
Underneath dire vision, but he has space.
At least you have the OD though, this game. I can't believe EG got our World Devour in the first game. That boggles my mind. But you know, game 2, this hero is bonkers. You see the Underlord TP come in. This is out of smoke. EG will have no idea that this move has occurred. They scan, expecting perhaps a Shrine TP, but that didn't occur. And look at Artur.
Oh, he moves down.
Scouting with the illusion though.
Now that he is, but no, he doesn't see around the trees. Now he goes down into the lane, sees, but has to cut through the path, begins his own TP out. They don't see it. The TP, the Snowball will end up canceling it. Arteezy will die. He almost got away, but you want to turn your attention towards the mid lane. Fly as well as S4 doing the wraparound with the Observer Ward. They see the Juggernaut. Spin is out, but Doom will go through this, and he gets back to the tier 2 tower. ASD, it's going to be the imprisonment. Keep the Doom out of play. Build up this intel, and then drop the Eclipse if possible. Doom will fall, and even get the Hex. Fly, Shackles, means the Supernova cannot come out. Fly, he tries to drop down one sprite. He has to know if he's going to survive this, but there's no way he does. He'll die from imprisonment, and it'll be a waste of an ultimate. But look at this sustain, drop the healing ward, and EHOME push.
I watched EG do that exact same move with the same failed results against Vici yesterday. That's not a dive you want to be making as two players. These teams from China right now are too active in the blink forward.
This blink from ASD is really paying for itself. Death Prophet, the Omni Slash kills her off so quickly. Doombringer TP's in to try and do the defense, but no level of aura that he provides will allow them to survive. EHOME already used mass thermals, but here we go again. Another blink imprisonment from ASD. Support's arriving. The pit controlling up Tiny. He wants to walk away. The Centaur! Neutrals fighting against China. EHOME will have to back up all 5 heroes getting stomped off. I thought Centaur wasn't even picked.
Man, even the neutrals are biased for EG. I love the aggression that EHOME's playing for. They learned from their game 1. What do we got to double down on? The aggression. They were abusing EG around the map. This game, they take themselves off the clock, and it's now far more complicated and difficult for Evil Geniuses to deal with it. They need to actually make moves.
Yeah.
And the support duo specifically for EHOME just feels so much better. Tusk Rasta,
Toss back. That could have been a better way to do it, but you've still got Tusker Snowball. You've still got Ice Shards.
I already feel like Tian Mingus had more impact on this Rasta than the Jakiro previously, although
Such a great 5th pick.
Yeah.
He's going to have the range too, like building into Ether Lens. They're going to have the Blink Dagger. He can keep up with the rest of the team, but also be almost far enough out of range that there's no way for EG to counter initiate. Because how does EG do that? How does EG counter a fight that EHOME begins?
Yeah, and there's subtle differences as well in the way EHOME plays because of this. You're now playing a 4-position Rasta and the 5 Tusk, whereas previously you had your Tiny as the 4 and the Jakiro 5, and it always feels like these Chinese teams do so much better with that squishy hero actually acquiring the farm. Rasta is a force if he's able to get enough items.
There's a lot of heroes up on top lane. EG is starting to bring more, however, as the Hexes come out. Now More's committed. They want to keep the shackles over on the Doombringer so the damage can kick in, but then Phoenix Sun and Doom both being committed. This is a real troublesome fight for Ego. He will be brought down because Samael was able to get in range. Gets the last hit. Now More's farmed up, but meanwhile, it's going to be Samael. OD has arrived in the fight. Looking for more up in the trees. The Hexes are out. They're controlling S4. Shackles are up. You got Faith Beyond to lend the secondary stun. S4 is just trapped, and all that's on it. Now being used to amplify the damage of the OD. Does he pop from this? They want to stick around to ensure it, but ASD was already walking away. Real men don't look at explosions.
There's the issue with the whole Death Prophet counters OD argument, because while that may be the case, OD offers so much burst damage. Death Prophet thrives in longer engagements, and OD, especially with the hammer, just doesn't give you that opportunity. And look, again, this Blink Dagger.
It does so much work. Crit begins his own TP out. Omni Slash need the extra damage. Crits! Well, calculated, you could say. Double brain, so he knew he'd survive.
It gets the cooldowns expended. Well played by Crit, who, as always, looks good.
Yeah.
He looked very good today. Yesterday, you didn't really see him much in that previous game. Did a lot of calculated feeding.
It feels hard for him to shine in this series, with the ES being banned out. Hilariously enough, and maybe this is the reason too, that goes to your point, where first pick was always EHOME. They're making sure that EG just can't get that easy first pick ES, and EG ban it themselves. First 2 games, as if we have a third, were both banned out by Evil Geniuses.
I expect that trend to continue here. Earthspirit definitely demonstrating it's the best 4th position in Dota when you have some of these superstar players on the hero. S4 going to back into the Dire Woods, but he's right on top of that Observer Ward. It'll fade in 20 seconds, but they'll know that both he and Sumail may be looking to make moves in this area. DD rune for Arteezy picked up. You could think about a Roche mirroring the map as the Dire squad of EHOME invade your own woods, but it's risky.
They're just thinking of farming. Double damage can accelerate his level of farm. Mid lane, Innocence, right next to Crit. He's pretty tanky to get through, with Faith Beyond being the support. It's not enough damage for them, but won't matter when they get the kill on bottom lane. Flies out once again, but here goes your attack. Sunder's there, Faith Beyond being tossed around. Arteezy with a double damage rune. It's farming both neutrals as well as heroes.
Yeah, it was a cool play by Arteezy. He could have shrined at any moment, but he figured, you know, I have enough mana, and I'm like 30-40%. This is fine to farm with, because if we find this player with that toss back, it's an immediate Sunder aggressively to find the kill. He'll invade enemy ancients, but this is This is a tougher game for EG. You don't have that ability to just shove down waves against an Underlord, and EHOME has a lot more ability to punish you. This game, they're the ones with the save mechanics. EG, if someone gets jumped on by Rasta, you have no method of canceling that disable, combo breaking, with the exception of just initiating onto the back lines aggressively.
Speaking of Rasta, Avalanche is going to clip him, but he's underneath his own Mount Surfing Wards. He feels pretty confident just to lend another hit.
OD.
Not to mention OD is ready to jump. 16 intelligence, still stolen. As he jumps in, the Eclipse will instantly get the nuke. The Tiny has no mana, and ASD's orb is followed fly through the Icarus dive. A toss out from Quick. It gets a revenge. Sumail will arrive. I don't know if it was in time to get much more, and okay, Underlord is not going to join the fight. And he may have wanted to. Hex on S4. Has the blink dagger, so he just jumps over towards the Shaman. Saw him down with a clap. Nothing to deny himself off to, so say goodbye to Shaman. Juggernaut not wanting to be involved in that engagement as well.
I'm getting a little over-aggressive there. I love the initial dive, but if you're going to make that sort of move, the rest of your team has to be a bit quicker on connecting. Jug was top and then rotated towards bottom, because they want to play Faith Beyond in this top lane by himself, because that Underlord TP allows him to rejoin fights from anywhere, but Ego just hadn't got enough time to join in on that dive. They have the vision on the high ground. They have another ward in the mid lane of EG. So if you're EHOME, you'd like to keep playing aggressively in this area. Utilize that vision.
S4 is looking for a target on top lane.
Got Doom as well.
Wants to sync with Sumail. Also notice Sumail's item build. Okay, he's going to reveal himself. Blink in, gets the hit. You've already got another control. It's going to be Phoenix jumping forward with the Sun Ray trying to burn through the Underlord. Need another Spirit Siphon as they chase Faith Beyond through the tree line. A good kill, and that's Sumail's blink dagger.
That's also, those are the three heroes with methods of dealing max HP percentage-based damage, and you can see, obviously 3-on-1, but no matter how tanky Faith Beyond gets, he's always going to be susceptible to these heroes. Look at his ward up top by Y as well. He's sitting on this Tinker ward. Saw EG place that in the previous game. He just wants to stop Arteezy from playing up here. He's done a great job so far of constantly pushing top, forcing someone from EHOME to be here in response. And that's how EG's been playing Dota over the last couple of days. Just constantly mirroring their enemies' movements, waiting for the big item timings, and looking for that decisive team fight around an objective.
I don't know if this is the fight that Tuskar wants.
Oh,
they'll need to bring a lot more support to come into the tree lines. He's just sitting behind him. Here's your first TP arriving. It's going to be the Underlord. It's Dire's defensive observer ward that allows him the confidence to stand on the top lane at least.
You see Arteezy just finished a 20-minute butterfly?
Sure.
Yeah. And this is doubling down. Like, this is the, I believe, optimal build for acceleration. Yasha straight into butterfly. I saw Ramses do this at the KL Major in a game where they were just unable to take fights. They felt like they were behind, and he just farmed, and he went a build specifically designed for that.
Well, he does it in this game too, right? Because EHOME doesn't have a natural MKB builder.
Exactly, it's a good point. Both Jug, well, Jug can, but neither Jug nor OD really like to, and you now have this huge window where you've got that advantage of 35% evasion.
OD wants BKB as well as, he's already got the Kaya. S4's walking up near the Observer Ward, so Faith Beyond knew this was coming. A three-man smoke up, and they look for flying. That Snowball's going the opposite direction, and they don't get either because the Hex! Oh, that was only just in range, but thanks to Ether Lens, that range is still enough. S4 trapped in the tree lines, no TP scroll available. 2 seconds before he can get his blink back off cooldown as the tick damage is slowing down, but okay, it's in trouble. Another pit, ensuring Doom doesn't get away, and this will be a kill, but it takes 3 heroes to get it.
They found it
for the creep skip, and yep, you're right, they find OD, toss him up, throw him back down again. A thunder even from Arteezy. Switch the life out, and Sumail, that's a big kill to get. 3-1-3 is the goal for ASD.
Yeah, we were distracted by S4, but ASD drops the hammer as well to try and find the solo kill on Arteezy. Just not enough damage, so, you know, credit to S4 as well. Look at, he's dying in the far corners of the map. No one from EHOME even paying attention to the OD. Well, +1 would have found the kill, and I like that he's playing around the ward, just not enough damage. So close.
Is EG going to try and force up through mid? You got Metamorphosis available, but it looks like EHOME want to have their own fight. They know Sunder is on cooldown for to go. No, it won't. Toss forward from Sumail. Now Serpent Wards get burnt.
Straight into
and Sumail, that quick movement.
Yep, he did not have vision on the high ground. He just blind silenced. He knows that they're on that hill, doesn't know where, and just figures, you know, I want to take this fight, but if I commit to the Underlord, not only is he the tankiest target on EHOME, but now they'll be able to backstab me from the side. What a play from the young phenom Sumail. I like when he's able to actually play aggressive in these games. It's just nice to see him on something that isn't OD as well.
Also good to see the ability was just kind of overlooked on a death prophet a lot. That's silence on the critical hero, the Shaman, the one hero that probably could have totally messed up EG's attack. But they get the attack out, and now EG, they take Roshan. What do you really want to achieve now that you've got the Aegis the Immortal? Is this still a push? You wait for Exorcism to come back off cooldown in 80 seconds time and go again? Yep, or is it too dangerous to go into EHOME still?
Well, it's all about the cooldowns, and that's what EHOME could look to abuse in this game. Both teams really have cores that are dependent on their ultimates in the case of Terrorblade, you know, meta, but they need these abilities to be able to fight at peak strength. And with Doom up, but DP and Terrorblade's big cooldowns down, I think you just stall, chill, maybe make a smoke move in a minute or two, get some vision up, because if you're EG, you can play aggressively, but you need to have everything in your arsenal ready to go.
Like the only observer ward they currently have on the dire side of the river is in mid lane, and it times out in a minute and 12 seconds. The fresh one they planned to got instantly dewarded by EHOME because they already had their own vision up.
Fly has 2 wards though, and that smoke, so pretty soon we may see Link across the map, probably show Sumail or maybe RTZ, and just sweep straight towards them. You're playing into Aegis now, gotta be careful.
Oscar, close, the pit. I actually look, Boombring the pit will end up catching too, as Tosca, tossed away, OD comes to the front, and it looks like Crit will be the sacrificial lamb, standing his ground, and dying to ASD. But definitely a ward mission. Oscar has no buyback, Atani has no buyback, and you can just feel EHOME wanting to get aggressive to get as many of these wards as possible. That's Arteezy may even, no, he's not going to contest bottom.
That's a mistake from Arteezy though. He should certainly be camping those runes once they reveal themselves top. Especially considering he's the Ace and a BKB. EG once again seeding bounty runes. They give away 3, even though they're the team with Ace, and theoretically should be able to influence the map more, but you know, EHOME doing a good job sticking in it. They have Crimson Pipe finished on the Underlord.
Yep. He's got, yeah, Crimson Guard as well as the Pipe.
Going bottom.
Yeah, they're jumping down. Arteezy, he has BKB and Aegis. So even if they get this once, they'll have to get this once, but they'll start with a heck, following up in the shack. Just control, first spin, they clear the creep wave, so made the Omni Slash even more effective. They toss him, he didn't get the Thunder off.
No, but use the punch, he can BKB, you know, 1-2.
Boy, the match left boys. Arteezy, trapped, now the Omni Slash, flipping Arteezy, he corrects and trying to negate some, but then started his intro. Oh, they gave a fight to us. Indian pulls right from Evil Jesus. The rest of them, they run out. The mail is there. He's beat up. He can't ult anymore. They use this come down. Even the Doom, he cannot do anything. OD can attack with his own BKB. He'll back up, but you're seeing Crit jumping into the back lines as the EG lineup. They stampede forward. Front line pretty beyond the tree. Just gets his TP off in time. EHOME should be lucky they get away with only Tusker as well as the Juggernaut header. They're going to lose bottom tier 1 and tier 2.
I don't know what the play was with that one, Toby.
They just wanted the kill, and then again? EG came quick though. EG came very quick.
For sure, and the damage output, I mean, you're going to. That's the Terrorblade with an Aegis. You know he's going to respawn. You see his BKB. If you're going to make a play like that, you've got to be confident ulting. And they effectively just watch the Jug ulti go. There's not nearly enough damage through the BKB to finish the kill. He just gets the free Thunder off on the proper target. This BKB time for 3G. You're going to have one finished on Sumail now. S4 is going to finish his, most likely for the next team fight.
Finds his target underneath the Observer and Sentry. Defensive units up. OD actually hits the ground. That was not defensive. That was aggressive from the Prophet.
And you can also see EG. We've seen Doom counter OD constantly. You pick it up for this reason. You can't orb anymore. OD. He couldn't drop the hammer. It doesn't matter that you have a Black King bar. You're not in the fight anymore.
Yeah.
And he's picked up a Wolf Creep on S4 as well. So
I was questioning it, man. You picked up OD, and then you were still willing to let the Doombringer get through the second ban phase.
Yeah. The Puck ban, which is not a hero.
Yeah, it was Puck and Pugna, the two they chose.
And I can understand the Pugna, but EG's demonstrated that they are at a point they're going to rely on their late game, and you take out a hero I haven't seen Sumail play in months in you leave this really hard counter
Yep.
to your pick core.
It's the counter that everyone's been picking up in this tournament.
Which means you know Bulb's gonna pick it up.
Yes. Bubble will always take the most obvious route when it comes to the draft.
You'd argue it's the most effective.
Effective. Okay. Obvious and effective. Love it. Currently the most meta. Skadi is done on RTs. 3 almost 2k HP on the Terrorblade. 45 armor as well. How much damage is even negated at this point?
This is, you look at the net worth disparity. This is because of the way Artur itemized and played this game. You usually do see, like last game, the Terrorblade eventually does take this position pretty far on top of the game, but when you just go full DPS, you accelerate so fast that yeah, your BKB comes up later, but you know, he still has a 9-second BKB now, and it feels like a second Aegis push from EG could just be unstoppable. All you need to do is ensure the Doom goes off on the Devourer, and that's it.
Underlord currently making the taxi to the bottom lane. That is a fake.
Another BKB.
But they brought everybody and instantly pinged out by Arteezy. It's like, hey guys, they're all on bottom lane, the scene of our previous crime.
Yep. And this is a tough OD game. You're playing against 3 BKBs in the next team fight, and you got to be concerned about the Doom. You got to try and find a pick-off. You want to kill somebody before they get the big ultimate off, and you've got to be concerned just because of the amount of damage Arteezy can do. And look at the TP coming in.
TP, Shaman, they were waiting for him. I observed what was too shallow. Shaman does have buyback available. You can see Crit trying to capitalize on it, picking up Tusker, throwing back into a snowball, but Arteezy arrives, metamorphoses up, all the damage available, even a creep wave, so no backdoor protection. They have to buy back on the Shaman. The defense onto Arteezy.
He's doing a great job of reading EHOME's movements. They know, like, they're
rotating.
They know the bottom. See Thunderlord TP coming out. Bounty runes have spawned. Fly grabs one. He's on his way. The DPO gets popped. They're going for it.
With Exorcism, the amount of physical damage that EG outputs is so big. Very defensive Mass 7 wall behind the tower. But EG, they'll farm it up with Arteezy. Pit not going to come down or complete. But they can just rotate, push a different lane. Wave will come in through mid. They just move up to top instead.
Gotta be careful. The meta and DPL will be fading off soon. You don't want to be caught in engagement here. Get the tier 3, get the hell out of here.
They can take the shrine. The easier target for. Again, it secured them against Shaman. That was very crazy blind TP out from EHOME.
And you can see it's tough as a viewer to appreciate the way teams will play around their vision or lack of it. The first game, you could see EHOME just reading the map better than EG. This time, they have a read on what they're doing, and they find that one kill, and because of the Terrorblade, because of the amount of damage output that this draft can do to structures, it really just takes one opening, and all of a sudden, base is exposed. Roche spawns in a minute, your shrine top is dead, EHOME now racks down, and if you look at the itemization, what's gonna...
Look at Arteezy, man, look at the money he's got.
Yeah.
Actually got practically a full fatal in like 30 seconds, if that.
And what the progression from the Jug, you know, he finished Mjolnir a while ago. That Butterfly is not going to do anything. You said how much Artur, like he has 48 armor. A Butterfly is not going to help you do enough damage through his BKB to take him out before Sunder. And OD's going Lincolns.
I think it was Casper I was talking to just yesterday, and he's like, they did the math, it was something like 80% damage reduction against the hero like a Juggernaut who wants to slash and get that physical damage. Yeah. It does absolutely nothing to the Terrorblade, and he's still got Sunder.
And we saw it a couple times in the event. Critical of taking Jug into the Terrorblade. Sure, you can outlane him, but game like this, your damage output is nothing in comparison to a demon form TB.
They were really hunting for a kill. Innocence is in no man's land. He managed to steal an arcane rune. That's one upside. But EHOME, their aggression doesn't work. EG, as you said, they got a good read on the map. They understand EHOME want to come out. They position their heroes perfectly to break the smoke the second you go up these cliffs. And that's all it is. Like, there's 3 perfect cliffs that allow them to patrol the northern side. And no way for EHOME to walk up it. They have no flying vision. There's no Beastmaster in this game. And damn, Tusker is trying his hard to try and get rid of some of the vision.
You have now the ASD OD with the Lincoln Sphere. If he gets the BKB off, there's no way they could cancel that to doom him through it. So you will have that 8 seconds of immunity. 9 seconds, rather. This is a big... You need to fight them at Roche. They need a Hugo big.
second Roshan, but it dies so quickly.
Yeah.
How do they find them? They can't get there in time.
That's the I don't think you can. You can already see EG. They know they have damage in the pit, no problem. Just ensure that EHOME can't respond. This is now a cheese on your death prop. Arteezy with the Aegis.
ASD do not feel confident right now. They smoked out before Roshan was even close to being done. He'll blink and try and run. There's the blink forward from S4 and just BKB. TP away to safety. That is commitment to survive.
But that means there's no BKB. And I was just talking about how that's a huge timing for a fight. It's now removed, and EG, all right, cool. They're going to beeline towards the enemy base, possibly force an engagement before that comes off cooldown. Take bottom shrine for free first, most likely. But that base now, you got to be real concerned if you're EHOME.
S4's even grabbed the creep waves on bottom
here they
lane.
go.
It's this will allow the radiant creep wave to move quickly as they can. Bottom lane, the attack arrives, fortifications available, they'll burn it. Try and wait a little bit of the time of the exorcism. The silence didn't really do a lot to phase behind. He's even loaded sword up. It's a good 3-man pit, but where's your follow-up? Where's your attack? Massive more defensive, something actually trapped over on the Terrorblade, but damage is being done already. Tier 3 tower is gone. Samael is focusing on the rack. The Crimson Guard is out delaying this fight, and they toss back in face beyond to look for the attack from Terrorblade. He's dropping a little bit. He can see more still available, even with the Sober forward. The Lotus Orb, he'll send him back. It's actually really problematic. They're going to go deep into the Tier 4 tower, but actually BKB, there ain't no problem here. EHOME's going. They're dropping like flies. 2 heroes down, but flies revive. As Innocence wants to keep this battle going. There's to be a second full lane of racks now taken. Top left is the only thing that's divided for EHOME. They don't have the Shaman, but they want to fight. Sunder already getting the life back into Terrorblade. Like he's already got the Immortal available too. The where's the sustain? There's no Omni Slash. The Doom is out, and they're all going down. They got fight at Sussar. Juggernaut is doomed. He's the one that can't get back to safety. Then OD starts building some intelligence, but he's got no other team to pick the front line.
Deny comes out at the end there. EHOME will call the GG.
GG. Well done by Evil Geniuses. Game 1 looks really close for EHOME, even though it had a draft problem. But game 2, the EHOME, but EG's execution, the read of this game was on point.
Yeah, they played much better. I think Arteezy specifically had a great game. An easier task as well. Just farm, get big. EHOME, a couple of ineffective fights lead to an insurmountable advantage acquired by EG. A tough game for them to close out once you make those mistakes, but they should feel proud. They won the minor. They're top.